I obviously have a rodent because Ramsey, I know I said your name, Bubba. He's been sticking his face in that grate for a while. So he hears something in there, and then we get Rory in the bathroom. Yeah, wait, what's going on? Is there something in there? What's in there, Ramsey? Should I open it up? I see all those Blackflies. Yeah, I'm already nervous to step outside because they're everywhere. No, we got some in here even. Some trying to get in, some trying to get out. Yep. Power station's recharging, 119 watts coming in. Obviously it got down pretty low overnight. It went down to about 2%. Just recharging now, and I'm back to plugging the fridge in during the day to the inverter because my batteries are keeping good during the day, and then I just swap it over here overnight to take the pressure off. Jackery's under there kind of just as a spare. Yeah. Ho ho! 20.4 amps coming in, 13.8 volts. 23 amps coming in, even better. There's always a little bit of a discrepancy between, well, maybe not. 13.9 volts. 13.9 volts. Maybe there's just a delay. This was 13.8. I've seen it say 13.8 here. Oh, 14. Battery's doing good. Fridge is still on the battery, but I've seen it say 13.8 over there and like 13.5 over here. So there is a little bit of discrepancy, but maybe that display just takes a little longer to update, or that one does, I'm not sure. Sun is shining. The fountain is fountaining. Okay, well, the sun didn't last overly long. I don't know if you can see. It was raining. Maybe it's just overcast now. I'm having a little snacky poo. Mini sandwiches. Ramsey's acting like, oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I'll share with you, man. Hang on, I'll share with you. One for me. Oh, wow. What? You didn't even get that, did you? You got part of it. Hang on. Oh, my gosh. Part for me, part for you. We'll share. Sharing's caring. Rory's acting like he's going to eat that other piece that dropped. He's not. He's going to sniff it and walk away, see? He doesn't like human food. But this one, yeah. Oh, no, here's one. There you go, Bubba. Since Rory doesn't like human food, I guess we'll just have to fill his dish with actual cat food. See what I mean? He doesn't care about human food. He just likes the cat food. That's his jam. There you go, buddy. Speaking of things the cats like to chew on and eat, the same generous gentleman who sent the water fountain to the boys also sent, sorry, you didn't see that at all, the water fountain right there, also sent this cat grass kit, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to get started on this since it's now spring. Once I actually get some grass growing, I don't know, I might have to stick it in a window somewhere for a little while, but once I get some grass growing on that, I can stick it out on the catio where they can actually enjoy it outside. Okie dokie, you want some cat grass? You want some electric lettuce, man? Yeah? That stuff usually makes you a little high, but that's okay, it'll be funny. These are the seeds to get it started, so let me get a knife here. Let me get a knife and start tearing into this. I know what I'm going to do, just to make sure I don't screw this up. I'm going to go to the school of YouTube and find out how to do this. Are the directions here? Excuse me, can I sit here? Okay. He's not much of a snuggler, no. Okay, I watched multiple videos and went on the website, and what you're actually supposed to do, first and foremost, is soak your seeds overnight. Sorry, dude, I know you're waiting, but I think it's gonna take like 10 days, you know? Things take time to grow, man. Don't get too excited. You're not going to see any cat grass in this video because apparently it takes like 10 days to be nice and full and grown. Or at least a week to start growing up through the little grate thing. Yeah. Anyway, while we wait for our seeds to sprout, it's officially been 1 month since I dewinterized. Believe it or not. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. What? Anyway, I may have said it on camera before, but I get about a month when this tote, it's a 1,000-liter tote back here, once that is full, I get about a month out of my water, and as you can see, it's quite low and I need to refill today. What's left in that tote might fill my onboard tank twice more maybe, but I don't like to get it so low that it's empty, so I'm going to go ahead and fill it today. Tomorrow is supposed to rain all day long. Surprise, surprise. So I'm going to do it today. The rain has stopped. It did rain for a little here. Yeah, we got to move some vehicles out of the way because I got the box truck here, my car over there. The yard truck works again. I'll explain that in a second. The rain stopped and the Blackflies came out. If you're wondering why I'm wearing rubber boots, it's because my ankles are chewed up from Blackflies. So they're not getting at my ankles today, I'm telling you. Those things have been itching. Dare I shut this off? Will it start again if I do? Ugh. If you're wondering what happened to the yard truck in a previous video when it wouldn't start after I emptied out 2 barrels back here, well, one of you got it right, I think. Actually, I think a few people mentioned it. I believe it's called the body control module. That's what this person called it anyway. The shifter wasn't stuck, but it wasn't registering that I had it in park or whatever. No, so the truck was being an asshole. It went back in park. Sometimes you have to mess with the shifter to get it to realize that it's in park before it'll start again, if that makes sense. I hope it does. And as you can see, I'm working smarter, not harder today. I remembered all 4 barrels. And yeah, got those all filled up, ready to go in the tote back there. Last time I did this, I only remembered 2, and then the truck wouldn't start, so I only had about 2 barrels of water in my tote. Some mistakes you only make once. Also, can we take a second to recognize that like a day ago, 2 days ago, these were just buds and now I'm getting full-on maple leaves? Yeah, it's going to be looking pretty lush in here again soon. Oh, just right in the eye. Why do they go for your eyeballs?
Of all the places a fly can fly, why does a fly fly in your eye?
One of those freaking zapping tennis rackets, you know? Where can I get those? I need one. Like now. Jeez, man. Finally, it's finally warm enough to be outside and do stuff outside, and then this, Blackflies. They're awesome. They're freaking awesome. I hear you, Mr. Squirrel. Yep, heard you on my roof last night too. Jerk. At least I'm assuming that's what was on my roof. Something's been keeping me up at night. Squirrel or a rat, I mean, or a weasel, I don't know, something. God, these flies. As always, it's a waiting game. We got 4 of these to go through. Well, I do, you don't, because of the power of editing. And let's talk about old Roxy Boxy here. I never officially came up with a name for her, but I call her a few different things. I call her Boxy Roxy, Boxy Boxy, Roxy Roller, you name it. Recently, I have been removing, or I have removed, the nuts on the seat bolts because I'm trying to get these seats off of here. On the other side, it's a little noisy over there, so I'll show you over here. On the other side, I started to kind of, I started taking away the paint and getting down, or trying to get down to the bare metal because of the rust on the other side. The other side is much worse than this. You know, on the other side, of course, I can pull this up and see that the rust kind of seems to continue. So I want to get these seats out so I can pull this plastic like insert out and see what this little step up is looking like. Also, I want to get this mat out of here, this floor mat. It looks good in there, right? Probably a little bit of sound deadening. But what does it look like underneath? I hate to know, because honestly what those things really do is trap moisture. So yeah, I hate to know what the floor looks like, but I'm hopefully going to find out. Let's just get up right up in here so we don't have to listen to that pump. You see what I'm saying though? Yeah, this is the rust we're dealing with, and like I said, it goes up under here, and yep, I want to get this out of here so we can see what we're dealing with. A little more quiet in here. I hate listening to that pump, the screaming, winding sound. So that is the plan. The reason I haven't done any or made any more progress on this is because I really want to get the rocker panels taken care of. They're a little rusty, and before anyone thinks, well, why would you buy a truck that's rusty? I live on the east coast of Canada, and not only am I on a peninsula and surrounded by salty air, we salt our roads 5 to 6 months out of the year too, because I'm in a cold climate and the roads get icy. So yeah, that paired with the fact that the couriers don't bother undercoating these things the whole time they have them, because hey, as long as they're mechanically, you know, taken care of, they don't worry about the body, right? So just figured I had to explain that, because I know someone will say, oh, that's got too much rust. Trust me, honey, they all have rust, especially if you're buying them in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland, somewhere on the East Coast, or probably even the West Coast, although it's warm enough out there. I'm not sure they salt their roads. Anyway, point being, next project is to, yeah, try and get these seats out of here, remove the floor mat, and see what I'm working with. I have made the decision that I'm not touching it. I'm not trying to fix this rust, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm not a professional. So I'm going to see what it's looking like. You know, I did what I could, kind of grinding down with the drill, trying to get rid of the loose stuff, get rid of the loose paint, get down to the bare metal with what I can, with what time I sometimes have. The next step is to take it somewhere and get body work done. The truck box itself, it's aluminum. I don't really have to worry about rust with the box, but the vehicle, the cab area, that's something that I have to worry about and I want taken care of. That's why I'm trying to see what's going on underneath this mat. Take it to a professional, get them, there's flies in here even, like, what? Take it to a professional, get them to look after it. If I try to do it myself, chances are in a year's time I'm going to see rust bleeding through again, because I don't know what I'm doing. I could watch a couple videos and mimic those, but I'd rather take it somewhere where somebody does this, you know, as a full-time job and have someone do it right, if you know what I mean. So just in case you're wondering, I know a few of you have asked how the build is going. It hasn't started, because this is the first thing that I want to take care of, is any of the rust in the cab area, and then I'll have to crawl underneath this thing and take care of the frame, so scrape everything down and yeah, give it some undercoat. When I first introduced the rig, I said that it never was undercoated, but that ended up being a lie, unbeknownst to me. I had thought that they slapped some paint on, you know, to pretty it up, because that's what they do. But it was actually undercoat they put on. Yeah. So the one time in its life it was undercoated just before sale, really, you can see. The reason I know is because the sticker right here, or whatever it is, yeah, that's undercoat. That's not paint. To be honest with you, I would sooner that they hadn't undercoated it, because that's going to make a messier job for me when I get under there and start scraping my life away. Yeah, but alas, it is what it is. That is the update on old old Roxy roller. Yeah, I still plan on getting into this build. It's just with work and life and just things happening. It's a slow process. I warned you it would be a slow process, and it sure as heck is. As if living off grid isn't full-time work already. I have a full-time job on top of that, attempting to do YouTube when I have the chance, and just living life, man. I've been having a little bit of a burnout lately, to be honest with you. So if you notice that my videos slow down or have slowed down, that's why. A little burnt out, and it's just because there's no time to just chill, like, ever. But maybe if I work hard now, I'll have time to play later. Who knows? That's the dream, right? That's probably everybody's dream. See, what did I tell you? A couple days ago, maple buds. Maple buds all over the roof. Now, full-on leaves are starting. Pretty pumped. I'm so glad that you two decided to lay on fresh blankets that I just washed today. I think that's the closest I've seen you two to snuggling in, well, probably forever. They don't cuddle each other. They're not a bonded pair as much as you might think they might be. They're not. Like, that's the closest they will get to snuggling. They're not snuggling, but that's the closest they will get. You guys must just be cold. That must be it. I mean, what's the temperature in here? 16 in here. That's cold for in here. They're used to a wood fire. 14 outside. That's not terrible, but could be better. As much as I love the springtime, I gotta say, it makes me a little nervous too, because I know how quickly it flies, especially when you're keeping busy. The spring's really just getting started, but like, I'll snap my fingers and it'll be summer tomorrow, and then it'll be fall, and then boom, winter again. Yeah. Oh, hear that? Yeah. This one's done. That was the sound of an empty barrel. Why does that pump sound like it's dying? What? Is there any water coming out of my hose here? No, there isn't. Okay, so it's supposed to be like a self-priming pump. And it's not, because it didn't start pumping water through until I dropped the hose down to ground level again. See? I've had this pump for a long time, and it used to prime itself before. Maybe it's just getting old and worn out. Touche, water pump. Touche. Back in business, and the pump sounds normal yet again. This time, while we wait, today we are going to have a Cold Stream Clear Chili Pop Blue Blast. Even made the camera go blurry. Okay, if you're looking for something nostalgic, does anyone remember these popsicles? Chili Pop? Well, these drinks have all three flavors. The blue, the white, and the red. And I'm telling you, takes me back to my childhood. It really does. Might actually have to look it up, because I think Coldstream might be a Nova Scotia
distillery, maybe?
Okay, that confirms it. It definitely is. So, sorry, now I feel like I've rubbed this in your face, and you might not be able to get it just anywhere. I'm sorry, but it's delicious. It's really good. You guys are just just sleeping all day. I'm over here growing cat grass, and this is how you repay me. Just sleep the day away and, you know, keep me up all hours of the morning meowing. Cool. Thank you. Okay. Ooh. Flies in the eyes. Yep. Water transfer is officially done. Get this down out of here. Yeah, well, almost a full tote. I mean, may have been able to handle one more barrel, but not today, folks. Not today. Okay. Who thinks this bad boy's gonna start? Oh my gosh. Hold on. What's happening? Now I can't even... Okay, so... There we go. See that? There's no line under the P. Someone else said that. There it is in reverse. Can't seem to get it in park. Can't seem to get it in park to start. What if I start it in neutral? Will it start in neutral? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, it wouldn't start in park since the line wasn't in park, but it started in neutral. So, lesson learned. Also, the emergency brake is not on. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but away we go. Oh, might wanna... Oh, well, at least my wipers still work. You learn something new every day with temperamental vehicles. Okay. I've got the yard truck moved and it's in park, so should be able to shut it off. Should be able to turn it back on again. There we go. Okay, so that's something to look out for from now on. Thank you, by the way, to those of you who suggested that possibly being the problem. I do remember that was an issue before. But yeah, so I guess it's an ongoing thing. Probably not worth replacing the part for that because it's a yard truck. If it will start in neutral, then A1. Now we know. Okay, time to try and get these seats out. Alright, am I attached to anything here? Okay. Oh. Interesting. One bolt. I'm stuck on one bolt. Okay. No, I'm still attached to something. What am I attached to? What am I stuck on? Legit. See that? As gross as this is, look. Rust. That's from the WD-40 too that were sprayed all over the nuts. But yeah, I should probably unplug that. I don't know what that wiring is for, but anyway. Oh shit. I see what I just did. Literally moved the whole seat ahead. Okay. This one's easier. This one's not attached to anything. Although it is pretty freaking heavy, man. I'm stuck on the door. Okay. Alright. Okay. Both seats are gone. I ended up just taking a flathead screwdriver and getting in up under the other piece that was attached to the seat. But it, a little disgusting in here, yeah. So, not entirely sure what this is for. Maybe just it's wiring, but I don't know. That's something to look up. This doesn't look bad, but where, see up in here where this floor mat, it's dark, I'm sorry about that. The floor mat got a little ripped, so obviously all the water from boots and stuff went there. So I know that spot's a little rusty. The rest might be okay, but I still think I should maybe pull this up and see what it's looking like under here. As you can tell, running out of daylight. I think it's 7 or 8. I don't know. Soon gonna be dark. Probably gonna have to pick a bunch of this plastic off of here too. Well, this. Gonna need to take this up, off and out of here, and I might need to pull these. Might be like a puzzle, you know? You gotta take this off to get this, and oh my. Seats were dirty as heck too. I'm gonna upholstery clean those while they're out. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with right now. I'd love it if this just... You see what I'm saying? This is what I wanted to get at. This bit rusty. The next non-rainy day that I'm off, I'm going to try to get this floor up. Don't know when that'll be, but hopefully soon. So with that being said, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye. Freaking flies are hungry, man, and they're gonna turn me into supper. Oh, one other thing before I forget. My Flex Seal in the bathtub, in case anyone was wondering. Still holding 1 month later, no leaks. Again, like I stated before, could just be temporary, but so far, 1 month of showering in there, no leaks. It's time, man. It's time. They've been soaking overnight. Yeah. Well, they've been soaking for 7 hours. These seeds don't know what overnight is, so yeah. You excited? How awesome is your green thumb? We're gonna make some grass, man. We're gonna make some electric lettuce for ya. Kind of beautiful, kind of creepy. Why do you have to be here? Why go somewhere else, please? Well, yeah. All right. Safe journey.